Hi, Aries. Welcome to your November 2015 love reading. It's Raina here. And I just did Gemini's love reading yesterday, and I'm going to do the same thing with you because I just see a total story narrative unfolding before my very eyes. And this may be only for a certain segment of you, and some of you, it may not apply at all. So I'm going to go out on a limb and go with this story. And I do apologize if some of you feel left out, as if I'm not being universal enough. But sometimes I just have to go with what I see if it's all connected. And I also want to say that because I'm trying to reach everyone, it's obviously not going to be all that accurate for you specifically. And if you want something where I can really hone in on a lot more related to your love life, I use astrology quite a bit with that. And I use your personal birth data and I combine it with a tarot spread. But I really look into your natal chart to see how you love and to see your potential for love and even upcoming transits if it's applicable to your situation. So if you want one of those readings, you can click on the link below and it will take you to my page. Other than that, I'm going to begin this little shindig here. And the first card that I drew relates to the current state of affairs with you regarding love. And it is the Five of Swords in reverse. So, in my scenario, some of you have been dealing with underhanded behavior. And knowing Aries the way that I do, I feel that this is somebody else. Sometimes Aries gets involved with the wrong people or the wrong person. And the reason that it happens is because you're a very, how can I put this delicately? Horny? Is that classy for me to say? Or lusty sign that might be a little bit more full of decorum, right? But sometimes your physical passions get the best of you and you get involved in relationships for the wrong reasons. And then you get taken to the cleaners financially. So you're very generous. So that's why that happens. Anyway, it could also mean that because of your impulsive nature, which is also evident a lot of the time, that you get embroiled in degrading relationships, negative relationships. So this card is just suggesting that this has been the case. And it's something that you found out about. It's not something that is being kept from you. Now you know, because the card is in reverse. And I said, and I was getting these cards, and these cards were not really that cheery. And I said, well, why would it be happening now for Aries? Well, we're in the sign of Libra. Libra is the opposing sign of Aries. So it triggers a first and seventh house opposition. So right now, with the sun in Libra, Aries is in the seventh house. So there's that kind of energy really going on big time. And we just had a full moon in Aries, did we not? At the end of, oh yeah, that was the big lunar eclipse. So maybe this is the aftermath of that eclipse. Maybe you saw the light. Everything came out in the open, and now you're left picking up the pieces. The message from the universe is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. And this is a card about money grubbing. So someone who I associate with somebody who is using you for money, okay? And you're allowing yourself to be used for money. So that might have been that situation where somebody was playing you and you just went along with the program because maybe you were getting something in return, but that something was not enough, obviously. The two advice and action cards are the King of Pentacles in reverse and the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Now, that is three pentacles in a row. Okay. So money, 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 but all in the reverse position. So to me, what this is suggesting is there is an attitude about money that is twisted. And it might be that you do not understand that you can't buy love. And so somebody is taking advantage of your generous nature in a romantic relationship. You really need to see the red flag there. It also can mean that when your relationships are based on materialism, they tend to be degraded relationships and they leave you feeling not only like you were deceived, but underlying lack of alignment in the relationship. And so when I see reversed cards, a lot of times, it is pointing to a lack of alignment in this area of your life because 4 out of the 5 cards I picked were in this position. And so the King of Pentacles in reverse is about somebody who is not managing his money properly. And this is probably you. And it really points to not being in control of your life in general. It's kind of symbolic of your life in general, that you're not handling your life as well as you could, because if you don't have control over your money, you don't feel a sense of empowerment. And it also can point to kind of a vulnerability you have in the area of allowing people to take advantage of you. The accompanying card is the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, and aces refer to beginnings. And the beginnings are in relationship to money. So, some of you who have just started a relationship, if you have been seeing that right off the bat, there are some preoccupations with them asking you to buy them things, all about what are we going to do, and or things of that nature, that it's warning you that this is, a shoddy foundation. This is not the way that you want to start out this endeavor. And then you can get out before it's too late, before you lose any of your material property, before you waste any more time, that sort of thing. And the outcome card is the Five of Cups in the upright position. And so this is all about grieving a loss. So this is why I decided to do this reading for specific Aries people, because I felt like it really told a story of somebody who was taken advantage of because he or she has a generous nature, and someone else was a vulture just swooping in and taking advantage and using you. And yet maybe you were using them for something. Maybe you're using them for sex. Whatever happened in this scenario, it's time to move on. You're grieving. You'll get over it. Remember that even though there are 3 cups that have spilled over, there are 2 cups remaining. And this is the silver lining. And the way that I always look at it is, when you get away from people who have a negative influence, that's a good thing. Even if you had to go through a little bit of suffering, now you've gotten away from it and you can learn your lesson. So I hope that for those Aries that this applies to, that it gave you some kind of guidance. Again, it is obviously not going to be very specific. If you want something more specific, just click on the link below. I'd love to read for you. I hope your November is full of romance and love, Aries. Take care. Bye.